What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about KTA Keeta the Cheetah today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, all right? It is the 27th day of August, so here we are at about 80.5 cents, down 33% on the day. I pulled up the KTA chart on Kraken as well. It's at 84 cents, so 84 cents there, 80.5 cents here. There's a little bit of a discrepancy. If we're looking at Kraken, here on the daily chart, you can see that Kraken listed it shortly after it found its recent highs in August and have dumped down. This is very common whenever you get exchange listings, you guys. And Kraken's a pretty big exchange in crypto. It makes sense. You get a very big exchange to list you. You're probably going to dump off. What about on Blowfin? Blowfin here, they listed it here. Shortly thereafter, there's a little bit of a dump, and then even shortly thereafter, there's a little bit of a dump. I don't think this exchange, this selling pressure is from Blowfin listing it, but maybe from Kraken. Maybe there's some people who got into it on Kraken, and now there's some panic selling going on. There's a little bit of a double top here. It's not ideal to see any coin down 33% that you're holding, but it is an ideal opportunity to buy more. That's for sure. I'm not forsaking KTA. I don't think that it's in the dumps. I don't think that it's going to go to zero. I very much do believe this project's going to come back with a vengeance. From a low to a high, you're right at your 0.5, potentially finding support here. That's a perfect area to find support. You could go lower. You got the golden ratio down there at about 68 cents, 68, 69 cents. That might be where you go. You're at 80.5 cents now. And typically when you get listed on an exchange, you drop like 60 to 70%. On Kraken, you dropped about 50% so far from the highs. So, a little bit more to go. If we're looking at this from a high to low, you went all the way up to your 886 and came back down. Typically with an 886 move, if you do just move, let's look at this on a daily time frame. You moved pretty swiftly, but you moved rather methodically. I don't know. It's pretty common to go from your 886 area down to your 382. It's not ideal, but it happens. Like if you were to reject here, I shouldn't say it's pretty common. Typically, whenever you're up this high, you expect to break through. But in the event that you do roll over, it's very common to find support at that 382 area. So that's at about 70.9 cents, 71 cents, right near that 68 cent area. So very, very possible that that's where you go. A little bit of volume picking up on the day. If we're looking at this on the RSI, you have rejected the overbought zone twice. You had an uptrend that turned into a downtrend now. You're kind of at the base of this downtrend. Again, I wouldn't expect that this is the low. I do expect that you go lower, but perhaps what you do first is you move up a little bit and then move lower, right? A little bit of upside and then some downside, high to low here or low to high here. If you want to prove that wrong, get above $1.13. If you can close a daily time frame above $1.13, then I think this is confirmed as your low. That is a little bit of a ways away from here. But I think that's what it would take. You'd have to close a day above $1.13 for me to be convinced that you found your low. Until then, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a lower low come into play because that's a pretty solid uptrend that you broke out of, right? And with this, the fact that you couldn't get overbought, you had an uptrend that couldn't even get into the overbought zone and you're turning it into a downtrend here, I would think you get into the oversold zone. And if you get oversold, I would definitely expect you to go lower than where you are now. That'd be my expectation. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame real quick. The 1 hour looks sad. It would make me think that you want to go lower. 4 hour time frame also looks sad. Of course it does. You're not getting into the oversold zone. You have like every reason to, but you're not doing it, which is kind of odd, I suppose. But you might be doing it here. And of course, the longer you stay below the 50, the more that you are going to continue to move down. So, and it just looks like you're curving down. I think you're setting yourself up for a rapid recovery. You really are. But you're going to shake out the markets first. Who's here for real? Who's just a tourist? Who's here for a short time? Not a long time. Who's here to spend money versus who's here to make money? We're gonna figure that out after the shakeout's complete. And I think that you're very near, but again, you're at 82 cents now. Perhaps you go down to 71 cents to 68 cents, somewhere in that area, and then you continue to move up. When you move up, KTA, when it is that you finally do move up, I would expect some glorious price action to take place. This thing is a top performer, if not the top performer of 2025. Hell, from your lows in March to your all-time highs, you pulled a 136x, you guys, or a 135x, sorry. No, it was almost 136x, yeah. Crazy stuff from March to June. So no wonder you're taking your time, right? You did 136x and that's not even from the low. That's just from like that low on that week. Let's go to the daily time frame. Let's see here. Hold on. It's even more than that, right? From the low on March 8th, okay? You've seen a total of a 279, almost a 280x move, okay? In a very short amount of time, from March to June. You're consolidating. You're shaking out the weak hands. You're giving people who might have not taken profits at either of these prices, giving them an opportunity to take profits. They're like, you know, it's screwed. I'm going to get out and put my money into something else. Giving people an opportunity who wanted to buy at lower prices the opportunity to do so. I mean, this is a fantastic opportunity, man. This thing's going to rip. It's going to do phenomenal. And it's at a, where is it? $334 million market cap now. Now, with the $334 million market cap, I can tell you pretty confidently we're probably not going to see a 200x. I'm not saying it can't happen. I just don't think that we're going to see another 200x by the end of the cycle. But I wouldn't be too terribly surprised if we did see something on the lines of, you know, 100x or something that outperforms the average altcoin, like 2 to 1, 4 to 1, right? Crazy, crazy growth. And as we go lower, the lower that we do go, the more that opportunity grows in itself. So I do expect KTA to turn around and to move up at a very rapid pace. From a high to a low here, my expectation would be that the next target area, we're at 83 cents now. Again, maybe we come down a little bit, down to that 70-cent area, give or take a cent or two. $2.46 to $4 would be the next target area. You get above $4, we're starting to think about $5.80 to $16, as crazy as that might sound. Looking at the current price, $16. It's about an 18x, which is not bad. 19x, it's not bad at all. I really wouldn't be surprised in the least if by the end of the cycle we saw prices that were all the way up at $65, maybe as high as $154. That'd be the highest that I could give us, but something around, I mean, something around 100 is very possible. Absolutely, it is. I wouldn't be surprised in the least to see this thing at $100 or more by the end of the cycle, but I would expect at least that we break above 30, maybe even at least 65. Let's see. Let me make sure. Yeah, something above $30. I wouldn't be surprised if we're above 65 or even above $100 by the end of the cycle. We're at 83 cents now, so we got a lot of growth to go. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.